Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video here to talk about the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 14. Now, before we get into the episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave me a comment down below. Who are you rooting for? Now, this season, they've decided to do things a bit differently. We've got a top 5 going into the finale rather than a top 4. No one got chopped. We did seem like someone was going to, based on how the last episode before the reunion finale was going, but yeah. So this week's the Queens were tasked with coming up with a verse and what am I trying to think of? A verse and doing a music video to Catwalk, the RuPaul song from their latest album. It was interesting. So I'm not going to go through them individually today until it gets to the looks. This hair is really starting to go into my face today, and I don't know why. It was fine a minute ago. And I feel like I started talking and it was like, no, now we go. Right on my lip, thank you very much. So, yes, the episode itself. So, it was a bit of a weird one this time around, because usually they kind of like do the choreography on one day and then they go in and they will do it the next day. Usually they kind of already have outfits, and that wasn't the case this time. It was, yeah, strange. So they all had to design like their own outfits, and then like designers made them for them, which, excuse me, I thought was that was quite cool. They weren't big. The judges weren't big fans of like Angeria's look. Michelle was like, "It's just a bodysuit," and I was like, "Oh, I get that, I guess." And then Angeria had like the big shoulder pads, which I did like last time she wore them, and she had them again. So yeah, was what it was. The thing I found weird is they like taught the girls the choreography and then seemingly filmed right away, and it's like I don't know how long they've had to like learn this choreo, but I'm assuming it wasn't long then, if that's the case. And it's like they were going on about how Angeria was like, really struggling and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, she's been struggling. She's not the greatest at choreography, and you're literally going, okay, choreography, now here's what you're doing, and now we're about to do it. It's like, give them some time. Like, usually they do like, well, usually from the seams of it, they learn choreography one day and they film it the next. So I'm not quite sure why that wasn't the case this time. Whether they were just like, we're not doing that. We don't have time for it. We'll just get through it. So it was a bit bizarre. I feel like the girls should have had a bit more time to maybe pick up the choreography or like rehearse it before just going into it and being like, yeah, just do it. Lady Camden was definitely my favourite in this episode. In the challenge, I thought she did a really good job. Judges were saying about how she's the only one that really hit all of the choreography moves and everything. Definitely my favourite in the challenge. So Lady Camden was the winner of this week's episode. They did do a winner this time. It's one of those weird things with Drag Race. It's a bit inconsistent with the last episode before like the reunion finale having a winner or not having a winner, because sometimes they'll do a winner, sometimes they won't. I don't know. It just seems a bit weird. It's like either do one or don't. It's like don't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, so Lady Camden is the winner of this week's episode. I fully agree. I fully support that. Means Lady Camden does go on to appear in the finale. Daya is pronounced safe and is told she will be going on to the next episode. Personally, I agree. I think Daya did a really good job this episode, And I think the thing that I'm like about Daya in this episode for the most part is the fact that she yes, she was in the bottom last week and had to lip sync, but it's not really been like a thing. Like, she's just kind of, I'm just doing what I need to do to secure my place in that top spot. It's like, great, brilliant. That's what you should always be doing. Don't focus on what's just happened. Move on. Focus on what you've got to do to get to the next step. Which she did, and I thought she did a really good job in the challenge. Michelle had mentioned to Angeria about how maybe she should crawl on the catwalk, which Angeria didn't do, but then Daya was like, oh, well, she didn't do it, I'm gonna. And honestly, Yeah, why not? You know, if she's saying to do it to someone else and they didn't do it, why not pick it up and just run with it? And I was going to say Angeria, and then I was like, oh, no, not quite. Bosco did okay this episode. They didn't like Angeria's look. They also weren't too fond of Bosco's. It was quite simple, and it did very much look like a sort of like futuristic housewife sort of thing. So yeah, wasn't the best look, and yeah, I don't know, her lyrics in the music video were just a bit. It's happening. I'm here. All right. She's not really messing up, so it's fine. Now, Angeria, you know, her lyrics were good. I enjoyed the fact that she rapped. But yeah, it just, you could tell she was nervous and that she wasn't 100% in it. So, yeah, it was what it was. Willow as well, I really liked her lyrics. It's just, she was, like, the judges said, you could see she was counting. And yeah, you know, you could see that she wasn't like fully just like in the moment. And it happens, you know. Sometimes, you know, if you're doing something you're maybe not comfortable with, or, you know, if you've just learned the choreography and now you're being expected to do it sort of thing, you know, you will be counting because you're not as prepared as maybe you would usually be for that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, it was what it was. It wasn't. I mean, overall, it wasn't terrible, like, music video. I still enjoyed watching it. I would watch it again, and I would listen to the song over and over again, as with all the others, pretty much. So, get to the runway, and the runway category is, well, I'm a winner, baby. Essentially, your best look for the season. So, we'll go through this in alphabetical order, as per usual. So, we'll start off with Angeria. So, I like Angeria's look. I do feel a bit like she's going to a funeral more than she's a winner. My only real issue with this look is the like big fluffy bit that she's or like poofy bit that she's got like at the top of her dress. I feel like it's just too big. It's too big, and like the way it moves around, it just like covers her entire top half more or less. So I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but I still liked the look overall. I thought it was fine. Moving on to Bosco, I did not like this look. It's one of those things. So Bosco has this outfit on, but because she doesn't have anything at the top, like she's not put any like boobs on, she hasn't got anything to like fill in the gaps. The outfit itself doesn't look like it fits properly when she moves in it, and it's because there's nothing there, and obviously it's designed to have like boobs in it and there's just nothing there, so it moves weirdly, you know, and it's just a bit off for me. The nude itself, there was so much, like it looked like it was supposed to be more or less all like nude illusion, and it did not feel like it was nude illusion. It felt like it was nude delusion. I liked the like sparkly patterns on it. I did not like the gloves. The gloves felt a bit wrinkly to me. And then she had just some. It looked like she just grabbed some fabric, put it around her like waist, and was like, "There we go. Looks complete now. That'll be it." And I was like, "Well, it just looks like you've just grabbed some fabric, put it around your waist, and gone. Yep, that'll do. Off we pop." Wasn't my favourite look, I must admit. Up next is Daya. I've just remembered that I had an issue with most of these looks today. So Daya came out in a dress that was singed, and I was kind of like, okay, I get what you're going for here. You know, you're supposed to be a bit edgier than like the other queens sort of thing, so you wouldn't have like a normal dress. It's going to be singed sort of thing. Fine. But then she had like a front bustle, and I'm sat there going, I don't like the front bustle. If you're going to do a bustle, either put it at the back where it's supposed to be, or maybe a side bustle. But this one very much felt like it was like, it was partially to the side, but it was like also more to the front at the side. And I didn't like it. I felt like it got in the way. It just looked a bit weird. For me, I feel like I would have either put it in the back where it's supposed to go, or put it on the side and actually have it on the side. I feel like maybe it would have looked better if it was fully on the side. I like the colour though. The colour looks good on Daya, good in yellow. I also feel like yellow's not a colour we see all that often. It always makes me now think of Bosco's Rain Mac with her bra and panty underneath. Moving on, we've got my favourite look of the night, which was from Lady Camden. Lady Camden just looked so regal and elegant in this look. It was absolutely gorgeous. I loved the hair with the headpiece. She said her mum had made the headpiece. The earrings, everything just worked for me. Like, there was not a single thing on Lady Camden's outfit that I was like, I'd change that. So definitely my favourite look of the night. You know, for me, she did the best in the challenge. So all in all, again, a great night for Lady Camden. And, you know, what a way to be going into the finale, you know, off the back of this. Finally, we have Willow Pill. Now, this look was cute. You know, she came out as like a little, I want to say mouse, although I feel like she said rat, and I didn't get rat, I got mouse, but, you know, same species. So it was cute. I like the fact that she had the grey all the way around. I maybe would have liked a different colour glove. Just for me, I felt like, because the glove was like such a different colour from everything else, it kind of like really distracted you almost. I'm not sure if I'd get winner from this look, but, you know, it was cute overall. It was a nice look. You know, probably not my favourite from Willow's, but I liked the idea. Now, Lady Camden won this episode. We did get a bottom two, so we had Angeria and Willow in the bottom two. They did Telephone by Lady Gaga featuring Beyonce. It was a really good lip sync. For me, I thought Willow had won the lip sync. Angeria had a couple of funny moments, but I felt like lip sync overall, for me, Willow was the overall winner. And we got a double stay. So, you know, I'm not mad at that. I'm fine with the top five. I'm assuming either we're going to have a different format for the finale, or we're going to get like a two-way lip sync and a three-way lip sync maybe, or like two twos and just someone's just going to get on to the next round as it is. I don't know. We'll have to wait for a couple of weeks to find out what's going to happen in the finale. But, you know, with my little point system, I think Lady Camden's going in strongest. And then I think it's Bosco, then Angeria, then Willow, then Daya, I think. It will be in the description bit down below. Down there. So if you really care, go have a look. But I think that's how it goes. Something like that. Something very similar. So, honestly, who do I want to win? I would love to see Camden win. I would be happy seeing Willow win. I also would be happy seeing Angeria win. I think they're the three that I want to win the most. I think at the end of the day, if, say, Daya and Bosco did really well in the finale and they were the ones that won, I wouldn't be mad, because obviously they'd put in the effort and they deserved it. But my personal opinion and my personal preference for me is either Angeria, Lady Camden or Willow as the winner. But again, we will see in a couple of weeks how they do, you know, what they've got to do in the finale to, you know, win the crown, and who puts in the effort and really slays. Hopefully we won't have any Asia O'Hara season 10 finale incidents with the live butterflies. I'm intrigued if they're going to announce at any point, like in the reunion or something, about this new payment for winning the competition. So I've seen it's been announced that the winner's going to get $150,000 and the runner-up's going to get $50,000. And yet every episode still, like this week's episode, you know, because I think it got announced before this week's episode came out, but this week's episode still says the winner's going to get $100,000. And it's kind of like, but that's not what's happening now. So, you know, will they mention it at the reunion, or will it just be one of those things where it was like they'll kind of be like, oh, it's a surprise to the people, it's the finale, even though everyone already knows. Who knows? I don't know what's happening. We will see what happens. But yes, those are my 3 that I would really be happy to see win. As I said, if the other 2 turn it out and win, you know, more power to them. I'll congratulate them at that time. But it's not happened yet. We've still got a couple of weeks. Next week is the reunion, so we'll see if any drama happens or if everyone's nicey nice to each other. Who knows? It could go either way. But, you know, until then, I'm Indigo Diamond. Make sure you tell me down below, who are you rooting for? Who do you want to win this season? You know, are you Team Angeria, Team Bosco, Team Daya, Team Lady Camden, or Team Willow? Tell me down below. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and I will see you lovely people next time. See ya!